How many degrees we have now? You got two. I saw you saying I just if it's hot days I just change it 2 degrees. I heard you and I'm like, okay, what is revolution? It's a movement. She said this is the reason why it's it's discouraging and boring to me ready to move. They want it now because of this. Listen, when we talk about a revolution, I believe putting us to a place where he's looking for individuals that are ready to transform the world. If your vision is still family or community based, then you don't believe it. Because what we are looking for are people who are going to be the transformers of the generation. And the challenge is the world is now saturated with people who don't even believe God. It's saturated with people who think it is sinful for you to go to church. People who can laugh at you when you tell them that I can't be available for a party on a Friday night because that's my consecration and preparing for services. They don't feel validated when you tell them. They will tell you you are wasting time. Have you ever been surrounded with such people? I've got a lot, even up to now. I don't usually go out on a Saturday because it's my prayer. So you guys have managed to pull me out. So you've got to go what you must, right? Where is my point? There are people who don't believe in what you believe. Just Romans chapter number 12. Let's start. Romans chapter number 12, verse number 2. Romans 12, verse number 2. Are we okay now? Okay. Am I on? Or should I make it loud? I forgot the camera, guys. Yes. Yeah, sure. Romans chapter number 12, verse number 2. Can somebody read for me as I wait for this guy? Guys, this thing was you. You don't have to see these things happen, okay? Yeah, make sure you fix this thing. Romans 12, verse number 2. Let's begin. I just need 30 minutes of your time. We are going to impart something in you like hearing. I'm assuring you. What you get today will keep you for a lifetime. That I'm able to do. Romans 12, verse 2. We have Bibles where they live them. Let me see. If you need that, it's like right? But take up to just bring the Bible, right? Can somebody read for me? It's a common scripture. Most of us will know it by here. Romans.
Love and God so that my brothers and sisters, because of God's grace, I please
Yes.
offer yourselves as a living sacrifice, dedicated to my service and pleasing to you.
Yes. What do you read?
This is the true worship that you should offer. Do not conform yourself to the things of
Do not what?
conform yourself
Conform yourselves
to the standards
to the standards of this world. Listen to this. Do not conform to the standards of. In other words, the world will be as a standard. But scripture is warning us prior to anything that we may be involved in. It says, do not be conformed to the patterns of this world. And I want you to see something that you might have missed when you read this scripture. When this scripture is being written, he's not saying we should move away from the patterns of this world. Am I talking to someone? We must not move away from the patterns of this world. But it says, do not be conformed. That's to say, there might be an opportunity for engagement. But the engagement must never compromise. So I can have a friend, most of my friends they are drunkards, telling you. Because from the business perspective, most of them they're drunkards. But when I sit with them, those guys have got wisdom that we don't find. I'm telling you, they've got wisdom we don't find it. Why is it they are more wiser than the people in church? Because we've neglected how to raise people. We've got a mindset to think differently than the world. So we announce tsunami to either release you out that way and transform the nation. Because when we look at you, we are thinking if you go to the pattern of this world, won't you be conformed? Are you getting that? Because the challenge is we haven't been fully equipped with the wisdom and the knowledge of the Christ that we can defend what we know. So the reason why we can't get in an engagement when somebody says there is no Christ is because you don't even know it. So you just say, I don't want to argue because if they don't believe, they don't know. You don't know scripture, they don't know scripture. Can we agreement? So today, I want us to do something specific. I want us to talk about the making of solution revolution. Youth-based change. Youth-based change. I've always told you, I became the senior pastor of a foreign-based church at the age of 22 years. We're looking at 22. And I also got married at the age of what? 23. I was married at 23. Not because I wanted to get married, she knows this is a true story, right? I didn't want to get we are going to be married this year. I didn't want to get married whatsoever. Because there was a time I became very well dated very young, right? You know, when you just get money and you are cool. I remember going to her, she was still in A level. That's what grade Form 5 is what year? Grade 11. Grade 11. She was in grade 11. Got to here with 8,000 USD in my pocket. I said to her, I want to marry you now. Tell your people that I want to. She said, no, I'm still in school, but I have the money, but not the wisdom. So when I was pushed now, like now you got to marry, I wasn't ready because when I looked at what she had said, I thought she wasn't ready. And the challenges that were happening that particular time, you know, we were young and energetic, and ladies were coming to church. So there was a problem, you know, the problem that always happened around that. And I thank God I had pillars who could advise. And the only advice they could give a 22-year-old boy is getting married. Who is 22? You're 22. You are 22. Yes. Who else? Who else is all right. We is below 22. How old are you guys? 15. You're what? 17. Who is younger than 17? How old are you? 14. Who is younger than 14? So I want this is so that you don't limit it to the thing. Then don't came one of the days, listen, but Pastor, how did you do it? And I said, I didn't do it. I didn't. It was the people who were. I was heavily protected. So even though there were loopholes here and they were there wasn't any expression that they could get to me because I was always surrounded. Number one, I don't go out. I stay indoors. I park my car, I get in the house. That's all. When I get to work, ask these guys. It's rare for you to see me walking in the office. I'm always in my office. I don't leave. So the opportunity for you to engage with me is limited because I was taught that by 5 o'clock you must be at home. In my father's house. And that became a standard that no matter where I am asked, I don't get home after 5. It is not for it's a standard. I'm not saying you should do it, it's ours. So giving you that background, I'm trying to push you that you are not young to do that which was never done. His father is qualified actuary. I have accountant in the church. Well-learned people, the mother's got a degree in math. That whatever you'll be saying will be calculated. What will you tell you? You see how difficult it was. But God gave me wisdom at that particular younger age to be able to transform lives that were way older than me from that particular age. Say again, do it too. Say again, do it too. I'm not calling you into pastoral. If you don't want to be a I will tell you as a person. Think twice. It's not as easy. The moment you are crying, somebody calls you crying, you must stop crying and crying. And I don't think you would want that. Right? But look at this. The making of solution revolutionaries emanates from a place where we notice what is wrong and we are ready. So let me just give you the definition that I got here. What is a revolutionary? Or let me just start by a revolution. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says a revolution signifies a sudden, a radical, or a fundamental change, particularly in political organization, a society structure, or even in how people think or visualize something. I love the last part. It says, or even in how people think or visualize something. That's to say, people can see things differently and people can engage in things differently based on based on what is being revealed to them. Are you getting it? So a revolutionary now is a person who either participates in or advocates for a revolution. And the term revolution can also be used in an adjective to describe something producing a major or a certain impact on the society. So when we are talking about raising solution, revolutionary, somebody will be confused by that. Let me just tell you which way that is simple. Revolution sounds well with me. Resonates well with me. Solution providers, solution implementers, right? So if we are going to be solution implementers in the world, the first thing we must do is to understand the principle of infiltration. If we are going to make impact in the world where we are going, we've got to master the principle of infiltration. We are learning. I was still in school, so I don't want to look at those photos that I look at in Sunday. Looking at me like, huh? Huh? I know you understand it, right? Infiltration. Infiltration is when a person who is capacitated enough, well trained, well resolved, is placed in an environment to impact a change, even in a situation that I'll give you an example. If you take a car that is solid in nature, right? Like frozen, three states of matter, right? Solid, and you get a bucket of water that is very warm. If you put that metal cup, into hot water, if you continue checking, you discover that the decrease or the temperature of the hot water will decrease. Why is it decreasing? It's because of what we have put in the water. In the water. But these things are different, and I want to give you both angles so that you understand. If the water is more hot than the cup you are putting in, the cup will be infiltrated. In other words, the solidified water will be melted based on the temperature of the environment. That's to say, you can get in an environment that is hot and it's at par in sinning against God. The moment you get there, if you are not well equipped, you'll be dissolved. What you know about God becomes nothing because you found yourself in a place that is too hot than you. But if we put someone who is well capacitated, somebody who is proven tested that you know something about God, even when you put in that particular environment, you can't melt because there's what is called insulation. So insulation, it actually allows, we are learning, right? I'm trying to put in science and what so that it makes sense. Insulation allows interaction without penetration. So a person who is very cold, put them in something that is very hot and nothing changes because they are insulated. If we want to change nations, we've got to understand again the principle of insulation. that whatever we know, whatever we do, we are convinced that when we gate in the world, we are not gating in the world to be transformed or to be conformed to its pattern. The idea, according to scripture, is that when we go into the world, we must never ever transform to the what? To the pattern. But it did not say we must never interact with the pattern. That's the challenge we have in the world right now because when people are resigning from work because your boss says Buddha. People of God, we need to raise solution providers that even if you get a job in people who don't believe in God, they must be a reason to believe God because of you. I don't know if you're hearing me. We people who would conform to the pattern of the Messiah because only you have gotten in that environment. Are you not? So let's look at Daniel as a case study. And we try to give you strategies that I think will enable you to become a solution provider. Right? A solution provider. I'm still debating with Mama B that I still need to be part of the political sector in my country. I still feel so. We are still fighting, but I think one day I'll win. Because I think I've got solutions to the problems that are there. And I've gotten an opportunity to mix and mingle with all of those guys who have been here in Platinona. And at a very young age, I advise them things. Yeah. So when I saw my advice working for some of them, and they won, why can't I just take it myself and present? You vote for me, right? I've always told you, my face looks good on posters. Don't worry. If you say vote, you will vote for me. I'm telling you. You go and vote. I get on to know. So when we are talking about infiltrating, we want to gauge in spheres of influence. We're not just talking about becoming too spiritual, speaking in tongues, yet the nation is thinking for what the people don't know. We want to get into the marketplace and cause the fear there. We don't want to take you now and check and shout, hallelujah, praise God, and you shout and scream scriptures. But when you talk about AI, you know nothing. You become irrelevant to your religion, to your culture, and even to the nation. Because what the nation is looking for is not a person who is able, it's looking for a person who can get the things done. It's not just the ability, it's the capacity to get the job done. Are you kind of talking about? So when we look, let's just go to the book of Obadiah, and I will show you something. Let me keep time, right? Tomorrow is Sunday. I want to go and rest. Obadiah chapter number 1, verse number 21. Don't write it, just write it down. I will read it for you. It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau. Say saviors shall come up on Mount Zion. Now look at it. Saviors shall come up. Say I'm part of the saviors. The Bible says, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Are you hearing this? You know, I want to talk something about prayer. You know, prayer is something that is different. We've seen prayer being projected in different angles. And some people have been asking questions like, but we've been praying, why is it God has not answered our prayer? Why is it we've not seen solution to the things that we've been asking God to what? To change, right? But look at this. At times the prayer is God answering that which he wants to answer. But the people who have prayed, the times we are blinded to see the solution to what is given. The solution. I studied accounting professionally. That is what I needed. The reason I studied accounting is because my parents believed everybody in the house was supposed to be an accountant. So I went for accounting not because I wanted to be an accountant, but I was forced to become one. Until I realized that I am not more of a, I'm very good with maths, but I don't enjoy it. Until I found myself where I can work the calculations better. Read languages that everybody else can't read. You know, when I got into software engineering, just to encourage someone maybe want to become like a person. The reason why I got there is it taught me how to do hard things. And me, I always want to solve critical issues. And I always want to know what to do. So when you come in our sector, you've got to be taught on how to read a code. Because you know when we are talking right now, I can give a sign to polite that you can understand, yet you don't get it. It's a coded language. He's the only one who can understand it when you don't know. So it has to be revealed to you for you to be able to see the God that way. So it has taught me that certain things that are more difficult are not even as difficult as they are. You just need to understand the language. So if you are going to be successful and a solution provider in the area you want to be, the first thing you need to know, what is it about you that is not out there? Even if you say I want to be a business person, there are many businesses now. If you want, believe me, you will help me with it. Is there a new business that a person can start? I don't think so. It's just copy, imitate, change it a little bit, tweak it, and present it with a different name. But it's exactly the same model, right? So if we put that in the world, what can we carry and what can we offer the world that it doesn't have? If prayer was the reason for the transformation of the whole world, I tell you the world right now would have been saved, all of them, because we pray. If success was determined by the hours we put in prayer, I'm telling you right now, each and every one of you a millionaire. But it's not like that. There are moments where after prayer, you come out of prayer, you're still broke. And you go to borrow from a person who actually has got more. Some of us, even as youth right now, we still depend on somebody to take care of his. Do you know what that means? It's telling you that you can't do it for God. It's telling you that somehow you need someone. That's what you're talking about the Bible, right? The young that never fails. So if we are going to be impactful in the solution provided that arise, you've got to understand your place of calling. What is it that God has called you to be? Who do you want to become? Who can be your partners in bringing back to that particular vision that we have? You check your friends. Are they in support with the career you are currently pursuing? Who is there to assist you or to walk within the journey of life that you're walking? Personally, most of my friends, I don't have a friend who is younger. I don't have even one. My friends are mama. They are all way older than me. Because you know what? When I come here, I am coming here from a background of wisdom. So the people have already walked the path. They take a moment to point into me that when I come to you, I am 10 than you because of the people. This is not because I am, because of them. So the reason why some of us we are suffocating in life is because we don't accept and we don't acknowledge the help God is giving. The people that are around us, do we know if right now we just begin to say, tell us your problem, what is your problem? Some of us will leave this place with a problem. So not by our parents, by us. Places where we discover what God has called us to, we suffocate that help. So the Bible is saying saviors will rise in Zion. Saviors. What are saviors? People are coming to save a nation. People are coming to transform. I'm a pastor, and my preach, but you go in the corporate world, you go into the marketplace, you go into the business world, and you infiltrate that and cause a change. That's the making of solution providers. So solution providers are not people who talk about those who have failed. They are people who are answer oriented. We look what is the answer, what is the solution to the problem. What is the solution to the current affairs? We can't come up and say, hey, the government is not doing well. You are given an opportunity to become the president. With your law, you talk too much and too fast. If you are given that opportunity to live for 2 hours, I tell you, I tell you, the nation will be, let's not get it. While who talk bad about those in power, yet we don't have the solutions to the challenge. So we are not looking to bring in the solution. People who shall usher in the solution in any sphere of influence. Is somebody know what I'm talking about? Say, I am a divine change agent. Yes. Yes. You get in places themselves, and people, they don't need to be told. I don't know if my face looks pastoral or something, but each and every time you get in places, people, Even at work now, they call me pastor. You can change it. Just become my name. They now call me. It's because when I am carrying myself, I had to look like this. Right? I tried to well. I was trying so hard. I was thinking like if I come to one of school, people would look at this Holy Ghost filled being and you want to engage with me, right? But look at this. There are moments where we are waiting for you to be a divine aid, divine change agent in the school that you are. When I came to South Africa, came to pursue my studies. When I came, go to another church, I could not relate. What did I do? Called my pastor back in Zim. I can't fit in anywhere. What do I do? And he said to me, start a self. I started a self group. It grew to be the church that you see now. But the guy who started, but because I could not fit in, look at this. I could not fit in. I had to go and start something, create an environment that is conducive to my condition. So, how many of us right here can get in places where we take a business model that is not working and we say, I can make a model that works better than this and it's not working? Because the problem we have is somebody right now, you're going to school, but you expect to get a job. That's to say, we are raising employees instead of raising employers. The world is at stake with you. You can't be a solution provider because you are also depending on somebody to come with a solution. You must be provided. Say amen. I'm talking to you, don't be too serious, guys. I know I just want to thought pattern in you, but I want you to see something. Change begins with us. There can never be change without the participation of humanity. There's got to be humanity involved to usher in people into a new dispensation. I hear one of them say, I will be one of those solution providers. You don't say it like you mean it. Say, I'll be one of those solution providers. If your neighbor take it loud and clear, please move on. It might be the wrong environment that you're for. There are people who are toxic. I've got one of the people that I have to delete in my phone is men of God. They don't believe anything in anyone. I remember I heard I can use these things recently. She comes and she's like, why is everybody phones in change? Even I don't know. So I tried. Yeah, it was not the question. You know where it was coming from? I'll answer you now. It was the quest to be touched by the Holy Ghost. So it was not really to understand what they want. It was I feel left out. Until it started to happen, if we ask her now to explain it, she still can't explain it, but she experienced the things she understands. Are you getting that? So we've got to get in a place. Remember, there can be prophetic utterances that are spoken in church every day of your life. But those prophetic utterances, they need you to align in order to bring it to fruition. Elijah at one time stood up and said, tomorrow by this time, there shall be food at the gate of Samaria. And did you know the people who were with him, they doubted. They said, even if God opens, imagine the thing this gate. They've got to bring God in it. Even if God opens the window, it will not happen. In other words, they are saying, even your God can't make this happen. And what did Elijah say? You shall see it with your eyes, but you will not eat it. In other words, the manifestation is inevitable, but your enjoyment of that which you defied is not given to you. Are you see? So just by saying that, I'm giving you a praise. It's not everything that you're going to do. Because the times when it manifests, you might be told that you will see it and not enjoy. AI is very, I hear people talking about AI is very, but right now, you have to talk about why are you not deleting it? AI, I'm talking to you. Why? But you know, they will those, every time when God wants to answer a new dimension, there are people always saying it. There are people always thinking that does not make sense. Hey, they're trying to bring something. Hey, we are going to be put a chip, even if they put a chip for whatever. That does not change who we are. Because we understand the prophetic word that God has given us. So Elijah says, tomorrow by this time it shall be. And the Bible says the 10 lepers that were outside Samaria. They say to themselves, if we remain here with them, if we go to the Assyrian camp, they might have mercy on us or they might kill us. And the Bible says they stood up and they began to war. It was that movement that God needed to perform the miraculous. But remember, when they got to the camp of the Assyrians were no longer there because God empowered their feet. That the Bible tells us that they came to hear the noise as if a mighty army was coming. But what had happened? People had made sense to themselves that I can't remain the same. If I remain here, I'll die. If I go still alone, I'll die. So I've been here. This option, I know how it's going to turn out. Let me try something different. Those are the kind of youth that I'm looking for. People are saying we have seen this thing done, but we are here to implement in the usher the new. Are you know what I'm talking about? The Bible says, I read this scripture, it disturbed me. It says, as they go to the Samaritan Assyrian camp, it says the Assyrians had left. They ran away. But when they got there, the Bible says the guys who had lepers, they started stealing gold and silver. They started to take silver and gold, and they went and they hid it. These guys are about to die. It's not yet. But they still have got capacity to carry gold and silver. For what? Future generation. Because what God has given you is for you and your children. And the Bible says they started to feel guilty. Imagine, they started to feel guilty that we've been plundering what we've been seeking. But everyone in the city is struggling. And the Bible says they went and they shared with them. In other words, it was their guilt that brought the solution to the people who prayed and never anticipated the answer. I wish I was preaching. So the people who prayed for that direction were still crying. Yet the people who responded to the word they never heard were now enjoying the answer to their prayers. It was after they were filled that they went to the sea. It was the guilt. In other words, these guys were not guilt. Those guys were still travel in Samaria. And the solution God has already provided was never going to be ushered out because people were still praying. People were still praying in tongues. And after that, you are broken. And because people are implementers of new things, and they've got the money that you need. If you find yourself keeping on borrowing money from the same person, there's something wrong. Run away from it. They'll put you in a so much comfortable position that you can transform. Are you not talking about? So we've got to be in places where we are ready to be transformed to become that which God has called us to become. It is something not to know. So what God is calling us to is to be made solution providers in any sphere. It's okay to be 100% spiritual, but it's also needed and very necessary. Say very necessary to be 100% intellectual and capacitated. You need to be 100% spiritual, but 100% very wise. There's nothing wrong with that. Are you hearing me? That's when you get in any environment, any conversation can start. If you sit with me, we can talk about anything, just going start slow. It's the only thing we can't engage. Because I know nothing about so but anything else we can debate. I'm telling you. About anything because I'm informed. And the reason why I seem to know everything is because I want to know where you were yesterday. I want to know the result. When I view the status, I'm not trying to check what you posted. I want to check what drives you. Because you can never put it on a status if it doesn't get you. So when you are sharing it with others, it's something that has helped you or that has made you. So I build up capacity to know how to help you based on what you posted, how you communicate. Are you getting that? So your friends know who you are based on your attitude. You know, personally, I'm not a party person. So I believe you write for the party with God because you can't get it. But wait until you feel the Holy Ghost. You get it? Yes. Solution. Can we trust you to be a solution for that? Can we trust you that you can come up with a business model that will shape the nation? I'm not talking about prayer. Today we are not. Let's be real. Pray, we will pray for each other, right? But for now, how critically are we thinking to the happenings? What is? Do you think you're not supposed to be in the political arena? Uh-uh. You've never seen everybody who is trying that they speak English. Do you really think I can fail to hold your bottle of beer and start speaking English that the government is not doing quite well? You think I can't do that? Okay. But the reason we don't do that is because it does not benefit us to become what God has called us to become. I want you to hear me. In few churches, the reason why I'm teaching you this is because I've seen it working wherever you go, wherever. It's work right now. I employ 5 people on this, right? Right? And they came and they said to me yesterday, they said, "You want to go for Christmas?" It was fasting. I started it. What Christmas? Because Christmas is Christ mass. So when you say Christmas, what are you talking about? Are you getting that solution? But I'm not attacking them based on their religion. I just want to understand if they know something about what they're talking about. So before you know it, I said, no, you guys, they wanted not to come to work on such a day this week. Because they are five of them. So I can't let 5 people leave. But after work, I'm just talking to Mama and just discussing. And we discover that if we don't let them go, it will be something that I don't want to be done to me because if I ask for an object to go to church, nobody judges. Right? If it's Easter, we're not going to close. We are. But we expect those who don't believe in what we believe in to be working. I get that. So from that perspective, I said let them go and celebrate whatever they want. Because when the solution is given, it seems it's not demanded. I get what you're talking about. Yes. We've got people that when I come to you with an issue, they're ready to vent out. Can I trust you? Or you've got your gig is one, your storage is very small. After I give you, you want to share because your storage is very low. That's the reason why people can't confide in us because we don't know things. You know, this was Jesus' strategy before. He comes and he uses and the resurrects and and he says, don't tell anyone about it. Because he knows if I tell them not to, they will go and tell everybody else. And exactly according to his prediction. How did you get to know about the things that happen in closed doors? Because people, when they are told not to do something, they will go with that. Are you getting it? That's when you become a solution provider. When I come to you, I must live from you light. Not like becoming like the friends of Job, that when he comes and his friends are there to comfort him. They left him even more worried than he was before they came. There's no solution that is given but is condemnation. Are you seeing? So let's look at Daniel again and I conclude. Hopefully you are going to create this and utilize our online platform to actually finish this. So listen to what I wrote here. And this is the mantra that I think we've got to understand. The church has to cautiously raise people that will strategically penetrate the marketplace in answer to our prayers and bring in the harvest to our prayers. So the church has to strategically raise people who will penetrate the marketplace, who will penetrate every sector to bring about the prayer, the answers to the prayers we've been praying in this place. Because after prayer, one results. You know the reason why at times the world is not coming is simply because we are crying as they are. We are complaining as they are. So if we look at Daniel, Daniel and his friends, they gave us a pattern that I feel we've got to. I'm going to give you 3 things today, maybe out of this place, just 3, right? They understood how to strategically position themselves and to influence the community that they were in, right? So let's go to this. Daniel chapter number 1. Let's go to verse number 3. Pick somebody, just copy me each and just make sure you're in the book of Daniel, right? So that we move quickly and we finish this, right? First, Daniel chapter number 1, verse number 3. Read loud. Yes.
And he should bring certain of the children
He
of
should bring certain of the children of.
Israel,
Mhm.
and of the king's seed, and of the princess, whom there was no blemish.
Listen. Read again. Say again. Listen.
And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of the eunuchs, and he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princess, children in whom was no blemish.
There was no blemish. Look at the CV. There was no blemish.
Children in whom there was no blemish, but well favored,
Well favored
and skillful
and skillful.
in all wisdom.
Listen, if they were skillful in all wisdom. So they were not just spiritual people. They knew something. Another version talks about wisdom in knowledge. It talks about virtue that was upon them. In other words, these guys, they knew what to do. So the reason why they were selected by even the evil king then, he selected them based on what they knew. He selected them based on what they did. Their skill. Say my skill. Yes. We are not different people, but if you give me the mic, you've done something very great. But expose me to dance, you'll be frustrated. To by any people that are making a living by dancing, you know that? Yes. Some of you do know the gift that God has given you is just a good smile. But it's not giving money because you are always frowning. Early in the morning, you are frowning. Who made you angry? Something that should be catching you up. In the morning, you will wonder, what did you wrong? Demons and light all day. We don't know. You wake up angry. So the devil starts to fight you at that particular level that you don't see that solution for that. That somebody can just look at your smile and you're okay. Can you get it that place where somebody looks at you and they're fine? Just seeing you smile. So, number one, I want you to understand Daniel and his friends, they were spiritual people. Say they were spiritual people. Remember, Daniel was thrown in the den of lions and he came out untied. His friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were thrown in the great furnace. They came out without being burned by the fire. What does that mean? What does that tell us? It tells us that they were spiritual people. But despite them being spiritual people, they were 100% intellectually smart. They knew the systems, even in a foreign land. They know how to condition environments to work together. Is somebody hearing what I'm talking about? Are you hearing what I'm talking about? So we are spiritual things, but who also enter into the world of science and explain scientific things to people in a way they will never understand. Because the sweet spirit sits on us. I'm looking for a generation that God will raise. That will be solution providers, that people will come and sit with you. Remember this is the thing of God. The bishops of the church were seated listening to a 12-year-old. He was asking them questions and responding to some of them. Remember when the mother and the father left him in Jerusalem? You remember that Jesus was lost? Where was he? He was lost in the church. Where did you get lost? You do not get there. But I get what I'm talking about. We got people who they are hearing of them being lost in the church. For some of us, we are very lost somehow. Is somebody you know what I'm talking about? So we've got to get in a place we understand. We've got to get a place where we've got a penetration culture. Wherever we go, we live maps. Wherever we go, we live a life. Wherever we either at work, you know, you don't come here and you become to offer service to God without offering God service. If I come to a mom, she must tell me that you have is committed this to not that when I come there, they say, she's very committed. Who's the end? Really? Because people have mastered the art of what I call sanctified hypocrisy. When we enter worship, we are not. We've mastered how to put on Sunday service faces. Even if you hear somebody saying today is Sunday, you must not shine in Sunday. If it was not Sunday, what would you do? What would you do? You can tell that there's something wrong, right? It's an artificial face, a mask you're looking at. I'm telling you, some of you, the people that you look at right here, are representatives of the original. We wait until we see the spirit of God. Then we know the real. I hear what I'm talking about. So they were 10 times better than everyone. They knew how they were going to do, get things done. So they were also intellectual people. If you go to the book of First Peter, just write it down and read it for you. Chapter number 1, verse number 5. It says, and besides this, giving all diligence and to your faith virtue. Besides this, everything add to your faith virtue. So you might have faith, but here it's saying add virtue to your faith. And it says add virtue knowledge. What does that mean? The word virtue you see there is the word moral excellence. It's moral excellence. That is what people who don't compromise when they are faced with challenges in life difficulties. Their conviction. Are you getting it? The word knowledge you see there is that particular word that means it's science. That you get in a place where everybody doesn't know what to do, but you know what to do. Remember when the disciples say, we can't feed these people because even if we have money, we don't have enough to feed them. And the Bible says, but Jesus knows what to do. Those are the people we need. Remember, the making of solution revolutionaries. We've got to be solution providers. We start it. We implement it. That when we go out there, the world will respond based on what you do. Somebody, am I helping someone right? Christians must also understand that we can be managed. Another person said, Richard, I felt as if it was an insult to Christianity. But it then dawned on me that it's true. That at times certain Christians are evil. Yeah, then you can't get into it. Yesterday I got into it. You know, I know my things happen. But when I was in Joburg, there was no danger. I was also scared. You know that place is very, that place is not good. I'm telling you. I was feeling like somebody can just touch me. And that's keeping it in that. You can't get close to me. So when I was talking, I was humble. They just come somebody with his like he doesn't care who you are. He just mash up you like that. I'm the pastor. Pastor did not take anything job. They don't come, they don't subscribe. So some of us that's why we miss it because we try to actually gauge the real place. We gauge in wrong place. We want to gauge only places where we can be. We want to gauge relevance and places where we can be. If you're in a place where your gift is not appreciated, run until you find a place of refuge. Never entertain anything that is a poison to the gift God has given. I'm telling you, if it is making yeah, do it well. If somebody comes and says you should have done it better, tell them this is the best I can because God has anointed me for this. Don't allow anyone to talk about it because the solution you've got to bring out is dependent on you believing in yourself. And that's why most of us messages do. We expect that's why you know it's something that we are still trying to figure out. And it's some people are still trying to contend with it, that presidents must be 80 years old to be president. You should be a president, then you are now 20, yeah. 26, you can't be a president. You can, but why are you not one? Who wants to be a president? Who wants to be a president? Aspire, all right. Who aspire to be in the political sector? It's only medical sector. Guys, I'm telling you, I just me. My name is Dihan, right? And if you did history, you know he's the only person who took away his system, a strong system of shaka. So if I'm telling you that we can reduce solution providers, I'm telling you because I did it before I came to. I did it in the past. I can repeat it. We need people who talk 15 operation. They are waiting for the time. They, you know how I that the first African person to was the parameter. What should be wrong? The one, the one, the of course they go to start with somebody, but what they were wishing doctors would come and do it. And the problem I'm going to tell you now is when you see what I'm saying, what people will hear and they interpret for, we end up having people who don't want other people to know. And you know what I'm saying? You will need to go and fast for half a year for you to get human death. Because that's the devil. I think that's how much I fasted, the longest I can go. Fasted for half a year. So when you see anything God has for you, there is a price that was already paid. Right? But that doesn't mean you also able to work and you do half a year fasting. You can just connect to me and I impact what is on me on you. It will begin to operate. In other words, a year's effort is complete in 2 seconds. All right, you guys think that this mission. For your medicine. If I get sick right now, you myself, I must go and start medicine in order to be able to heal myself. But if I connect you as already consultation fee, in 2 minutes I get the right plan without going to school. What does that mean? The power of connection. It's the power of connection. So we see people in the business sector, we don't want to connect with them. And we can't because they change because we are limited by what we know. So I can't do it. So even when Nebuchadnezzar then says, I could kill them, what did happen? Daniel went home, his friends, and they prayed. After prayer, they came up with a solution that even the king had to change. Yes. Do you know that after Daniel and his friends prayed and God gave them the revelation, Nebuchadnezzar, the whole of the nation must serve their God. A decree was made by a king. After 4 youth, he prayed and God gave them solution. It becomes a disease. Their God must be worshipped. What is it that you have that God is instilled in you that can be the benefit of the generation? We can ready to here so that we can go and think what is God calling me? Where am I going? Who are you? Who are you? What is it that God has called you to become? So I'll give you 3 points, then we pray. My child is blindness. So we'll continue this another time. Give me that anyway. We'll continue with this another time. The second thing, the first thing I said there was spiritual people. The second thing, there were people of moral excellence. They were the salt of the earth. Wherever they went, they, there is going to be this very insidious and pervasive force that into the world to be able to bring about the change. You know what drives me as a pastor is because people are in. Even if I want to speak something, if you speak somebody right now, even if you want to speak, the thing if I speak what will happen to you. So now you can great people know what somebody is doing for you. But in your assignment, when you wake up, what are you doing? And we trust change that God is not. We trust you with dimension that God is not. But when we are talking about corporate world, we will look at you and say it's one. When we see you doing whatever God is doing, bring up. Let me just be on for 1 minute. Can another you. in this world. Just think. Can the world become better when God gives us an idea? The system was right before you came. So the solution that is going to be given is not coming because we don't understand what God is saying. Moral excellence is something we need to be people. We know something that will not compromise. But if when people be compromising is and they still call themselves Christians, we can't be solution providers. That's why when you look at the life of Joseph, you can see that he jumped a lot of stages in order for him to be a leader. And that should be a point of view that there are certain things you've got to skip and avoid in order for you to be a person who leads. So it's not just the wisdom you need, it's not just the prayer you need, it's the skill that God is giving. What is it? Which area are you good at? Which area are you good at? So if we're going to say we're sending out as a solution provider, what are you going to sell to the world? Am I helping somebody? Is somebody getting help? Saying a solution provider. Saying a solution provider. Let me give you one scripture. Jesus says in John chapter number 3, verse 17, he says, I came not to condemn the world, but to become what? Disciple. So if Jesus came and he said that he did not come to condemn, why are we condemning government? Why are we condemning? That's another important time that you get chest. I was very sharp. I think it makes you more sharp. This time was it's very. It sounds when I'm. What was I doing? Was it business management? I don't know what I was doing. And I was just put in the city years and said, do it for me. I said, Pastor, don't try it. Me, when you did it for me, I get time to convince that. So just tell them, this is my assignment, can you do it for me? If you do it for me, submit, get your pass. But you wait. You. So later on, I will speak, follow what he has done until I became great in that area. Are you getting it? So there's going to be something God is giving you, is given you that you've got to teach them. People who come around you, they must touch that thing. I want you to hey, you allow me to end here. Allow me to end here. Say I'm a solution provider. Say I am a solution provider. Say your lives can be changed. Say through me government shall be made well. The medical sector will not be the same because it gets me. Are you not talking about? Yes, that's the attitude. Jesus said in John 17. You know 16. I know. But I want 17. I want you to see what he said. You boldly declare. John Verse 17. Uh-huh. He sent him not to condemn the world, but to what? That the world through him must be saved. So that was Jesus' assignment. Mine and yours should be the actual sector must be changed because of him. People must know that the reason why God is bringing that place is you with a special skill, a certain level of thinking that was never made before. And you don't it. So that people, when they look at it, they will know that God raised the people moral excellence, that you can do great things for God. Can you say that? So our mission that God has called us to be is not to condemn any generation. God has never called us to condemn any generation. But God has called us to be solution providers. Say we are not called to condemn, but we are called to be solution providers. Yes, we know what is wrong, but what is the answer? Let's get that question. We know what is wrong, but where is the answer? What is the answer? That's what the world is looking for. It's looking for the answer, not the question, not the problems they've been encountered. We need people that are going to be raised by God, going to transformation for the will of God. So it's not about condemning who failed, who did what has to do our in the name of Jesus. You need feel I'm doing the best I can to do also do my part. But also go and do in your area of speciality. So that when God comes down and asks us for what we've done, will be validated that my kids did great things for the Lord. And you know what I'm talking about? We are going to win not as individuals, but we are going to win as a team. Before you leave this place, you need to know someone who is doing something. You need to know who is doing what. So that you can connect to the right people. Go together. So that when God begins to flourish in that area, people won't start the aspirations like did this, where did this start? Well, I pioneered used to pray in the mountain in Zimbabwe when I was 18. When I came here to start the minister posting, he had to send me out. Check me. He said, I will accompany you to the masses because I was becoming problematic in the mountain. In getting the mountain, you get like, I'm actually not a pastor. Until Apostle saw that wisdom and grace is there, but if wisdom is not applied, it becomes an error. You see that? So whatever God is giving, it is my prayer. May you become a solution provider. May you become a what? Say I'm a solution provider. Say greatness lies in me. Say solutions lies. Do you believe that they lie in me? You believe so? Do you believe? People of God, I told you, Jesus said, I did not come to condemn, but that the world will be saved through me. I want you to personalize this verse as you go. It put the sector you want. And he said, you don't come to condemn the doctors that will be. But the doctors that think they should be saved through me because God is putting me in that sector. God is putting me in that sector for a time like now. So the career you are choosing, and the people assisting you in making that, please make sure you are becoming a solution. Allow me a youth advice to end here so that we get to ask the questions and we answer them. Can you just give God a clap? Did I challenge someone? That when you go out there, you think twice. Yeah, you can become a great winner as young as you are. If you are well equipped and you know that you can be a solution. Let me tell you this. God bless you. What are we going to do next? We're allowed to sit down, walk out, go home. We finished, right? Glory to God. Can you celebrate God once again? Let's go through. If I can give you a mic so that you can tell me what to learn. You get it? Or you are scared to get the mic. But did you hear me? My worry is to let you live without getting. I am a solution provider. I give out solutions, right? So may the Lord bless us as we get to the next segment. I think we are going to be recording some people that we want to answer every question, right? And not just silly questions, relevant questions. I'm a businessman, a pastor, a father, a husband. Nothing expensive. Don't worry, you get this very soon. You'll be there. So we want to be able to answer your every question. I hope you guys became prepared. Every question, either spiritual or just in life. I invited Denzel just stand up. I've got Denzel here. Denzel is we started together, right? I've seen this boy, he wasn't primary school. It was primary. It was secondary school. Where was it? No, so it was high school. This guy, I would go to his school and you would get certificates like 20, remember Harvey? You would get like 20 certificates, best in English, best in maths, best in this, best in that. And he maintained that. Now he's very soon will be calling you a qualified actuary, right? So he's an actuary, but we saw the growth in Chikura, and we have our youth advisor here, Mr. Kandara. This guy at one time, I will tell you so that you understand. Give me the phone so that you come. There was a day when we were having youth. I'll remind you, back in Zimbabwe, he was my youth advisor, youth leader, but now he is my youth advisor. Things change, right? So he came and we were struggling with researching certain books that we could not get. He showed us on the internet. He was very wise. I don't know why now we are sleeping. It's like, guys, when you go on the internet, everything you need is there. The next time someone has to do it, and something was do GDP, something, same. Still remember, you don't even know the impact behind. It's your view. And because somebody was knowledgeable in that area. So we need to get in places where even Genesia with to give us what she knows, me, she knows us guys. There was a time where I slept outside, those experiences we need to know. So we are going to answer every question they know the program, and I will leave this to him after.
Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor. Let's just give a round of applause for that. And the day that they because of time, some of us make it books, which we do it. Hopefully, we have these sessions every month or maybe after every 2 months, depending on how you guys want it. Now, so we need to give us input so that we know, okay, this is what we are not going to be doing it for you. So now that I'm going to call upon Pastor D, we start the question and answer session. James, please come through. For the first time, I'm going to introduce Pastor D about this. Please, Pastor D, forgive me. There's no person. I'm sorry. For the sake of knowledge, we need to learn, right? There is no irrelevant person. We are going to answer each and every person that you raise here. As long as this is protect us. These pastors, we are made the Bible pastor that is affecting us. So this is our time. This is our time. Ask anything you feel like you need to get answers to this. Please, what prophecy? We are not going to do prophecy tomorrow. Like something that happens to you, right? In terms of social life or social life, education wise, technology, IA is there. You know what the funny thing is? When we growing up, I used to teach. Okay, I used to teach these guys. They were not. Not what is wrong. Pastor Dina does design. You see the stuff that does behind it. It is work. But I used to teach them. So at the end of the day, it's about having the heart for something. So now it's an opportunity for you guys. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's interact. We need to interact. Yeah, we need to answer the question. Everybody putting his word. People will damage. If you can't answer it, you get the solution also. I promise answers are here. So let's interact. Let's open up. Feel free. Don't hesitate. Let's talk. Guys, let's talk. Okay, I'm Tendai. So what you're going to do is I'll allow you to stand up, very person, stand up, right? Introduce yourself, then ask your question. If you want to point it out, okay, I've got Pastor D here, I've got Jensen, and I'm Tendai. If got something else, Mama V is behind us, then she will also answer some of these questions that you guys might have. Amen. Okay, do you want to start? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, we have questions about something that we something daily that affects us. Anything. Feel free, guys. Okay, I've got some questions here.
Like we are too far.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, no, I don't get it. Okay, so the thing is technology these days. We are some of the questions we can't ask. We can't really ask them like face to face. Difficult. Like we know we are growing up. There are some questions that we can ask like face to face. So if you are not on the group, I don't know. I can. There's a link that we sent on the group some days ago. That you can ask your question anonymous. That's this technology now making it doing this thing. So it's easier. You can ask anything. No one knows you. That's the good thing about this one. Yeah, I'm going to ask Nam to just log in for me so that we can access this person that you guys came through this week.
Anonymous question.
Anonymous, no one knows who sent that person. No one knows. Why should be with that? Can I even be somebody ask anything?
So maybe I can begin the conversation. So firstly, we spoke about being a revolutionary. So revolutionary is changing the world. It keeps around the world. But when I look at it, that's so you need a way to start. So the first thing you said is that if you talk about your community, nothing can begin. But I have a feeling that you do need to start at one with them, then build up to community, then eventually build up to the whole. How do you feel about it?
All right. Say that's a good question. I'm going to answer it in a way it is practical. Jesus is told that Lazarus is sick, the one he loved. And the Bible says, you can do me once for 2 more days. Right? And when he is telling this to his disciples, he says, the sickness is not to end in death, but just for the glory of God. So, in other words, he was already indirectly telling them that the sickness is going to death, but to death is not their destination. Glory will be. So, when I'm talking about thinking big, you've got to start somewhere, like what you saying. But where to start and where to end is two different platforms. How you start must be fueled by where you want. Or let me say, not where you start, how you start. How you start matters than where you start. Because it has got emotion, it has got zeal, and it has got vision that you've got to go to. So when you are starting where you are starting from, as difficult as it is, I remember sharing this and they say purpose does not change. What changes are plans. So plan A may fail, plan B may fail, and plan Q might work. And for some of us, we ended up exhausting all the plans until we got to plan Z. The last option is what worked. So it depends with where you are starting, how far can you see, and how determined, how reasoned are you to achieve that conclusion.
So I think this is something important about plans. So when I was in high school, we used to have this thing where there was this thing that this guy said, and it was quite interesting. He said, us as people, we won't fail. You've never failed in your life, but plans fail. So you yourself have never failed. But something you've tried has failed. But you try another thing, then you might be successful. So you must never look at yourself, or when something doesn't work out, don't look at it as a failure. As if you are a failure. The plan is say, how many letters end after from A to Z. You know? So I think that's important. Another thing I think we spoke about practicality. So what are some of the issues that you see in our society now that we can come from this and say we want to solve this? So I can look at this particular area and say, actually, I feel like I want to solve this. What would you say are the biggest problems you see right now, whether with the church or just general thing?
All right. Listen, if you want me to list problems, I'll give you a book because I see a lot. I see a lot. Number one is what I've already spoken about, maybe to shed more clarity. When I spoke about infiltration, I'm seeing the world infiltrating the church more than ever. And it seems like the church is accustomed to whatever they are bringing. That there is not a demarcation line to know this is godly or this is not godly. Maybe not just that, but there are certain levels of talking, levels of associations that are not godly according. So there are places where we see people out there. I give a practical example again. We say solutions, right? You can't pass 16 robots and see people who are begging in need, and you then come and show generosity in church. Where we know you. Generosity doesn't come because I know you. If I ask you money now, you give me because I'm a pastor. But how do you respond to somebody who is a robot? Because we can't see you. You see, so when we come in here, we can easily act holy. But out there, what are the problems that we solving? Are you seeing that? Because people must be coming out there, come here and say, but one of these days I was with Lorraine. I was angry, she didn't know, and she gave me a bang. And it was a bang that you had left out because you thought. But because it was something that another person really needed at that particular moment, you solved the problem. So problem solving, you don't have to meet these problems that are big and gigantic. Let's start from where we are with the capacity that we have, the resources we have. I'll use you again as an example of this. One time you said to me, you were teaching kids. Where was it? Alexander. How is one of the cities that are very scary, like Deep State, right? Like Johannesburg. But you would go there. What made you go there? So that we help him answer his question, right? What made you go there? He's looking for solutions, and I just want to hear you. Then I can say,
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So I was with the Alex name. As I just go actually started it. She was from Alex. So I think because of where I come from and my parents, I've always felt the responsibility to help where I can. So wherever I can, I've always felt the responsibility. So one thing is I always knew how to have nets. So that's one aspect of it. So knowing yourself, like I said, knowing what you're good at and how you can provide to society, that's what you use. So I knew I was good at maths, and this is how I could add to the society. So it came from, I've always felt a sense of responsibility for it because of our students. And my way of helping was then tutoring maths.
what made
No, it's because I just felt the responsibility to. Yes. So there's, I'm not sure if it's in the Bible. There's a saying, I think it is in the Bible, where it says, "To whom much is given, much is required." So that's always spoken to me, and I've always felt like I'm privileged. So I've always felt that I do need to give back because of
right? So let's answer you. The reason why he did what he did is because he felt he had the solution to the problem, right? So you can never ever try to do something without knowing that you've got a solution. And there can never be a solution without a problem. So the skill comes when we identify problems and we make it a result. Let me say, we make a decision, a dangerous decision to cause a change. That's how we can then find ourselves in the middle. Personally, I'm a very shy person. I don't know what the past. Honestly, I don't know. Just you get it. So at times I look at myself preaching and I always watch my videos. You know what? I've asked myself, who was talking here? Because the real me can. If you sit with me for 2 minutes, I will run. Because that's my need. But when you find me on the pulpit, I know I put it to deliver something that is in me. And I've got no control. That's how big are actually identified. You can't do anything. Even if that's why when you read the book of Jeremiah, it says, your word is like fire shut up in my bones. Jeremiah 9:20. Even if you don't, I don't want to talk about it. I end up talking about it. That's the, that's the place where we talk about solution providing. Are you getting it? So when you find something that drives you, that's your passion. That's the first time to recognize that this is what I've got to do. That the last thing that you have is how then do I give out the solutions that is by recognizing the problem. If you can't recognize a problem, then you offer a solution. Because you can only offer a solution to the problem you have identified. It is, you can only offer a solution to the problems you have identified. If you've never identified that problem, you never solve it. The person who identifies the problem is the right candidate to solve
The questions.
And
it.
this guy want to talk. There's no reason to- Okay, there is one here. Okay, this person is asking how would you assist someone who is struggling to how would you assist someone who is struggling to
So maybe side. Again, it's one of the most important things is self awareness. Um, so you don't need to study yourself. I once had a meeting with Apostle, and he encouraged me not to just study myself, but study my history. So study your peers. Because remember, he's apostle. So what you see is that, and I know in African culture, our surnames come from some. So your family did a certain something, they created it, and they got that's it. So when you study yourself, it's important to also study your history. Look at what your uncles are doing, what your parents are doing. Usually those things are passed on, and that's usually a good start, right? Then another thing that then builds you is your environment. So look at how your environment is structured. So you might have grown up in a place where you're surrounded, let's say, by music. Singing is quite simple. You might have grown up in a place where you're surrounded by speakers.
It's like saying the mic is right.
Let's say you grow up in where you're surrounded by teachers. What you find is that you're good at explaining. Right? That doesn't mean be a teacher, but find something that leads to that. So really sit down and study yourself. What you like to do. You know what when you not reading for the sake of school, what you find yourself doing? What kind of content you find yourself watching on TV? Like what are your inclinations? Those kind of things that put you to what you sort of would want to do. So what's important with that is that where our society is structured, especially coming from Zim, is education is a key. So everything is structured towards education. But you might find yourself really not into education, you really not. And that's where you actually really need to study yourself. So for me, likely my inclination was education. So it was quite simple for me. But I do have friends that education just wasn't the thing, but they found that they were great teachers, right? So now they'll just go around teaching how to like social media, like the friends do social media. But because you're so good at teaching, you can teach anything, right? So it's important if you are not aligned with the education thing, it's important to then study yourself and see where you can be creative. So there's this great thing that I read. So this guy said you can take a knife, right, and you can use it to unscrew. The one thing you want to use to unscrew something is a screwdriver. But you can take a knife and you can do the job. But you see, after it does the job, the knife is messed up. Right? Because yeah, so it can do the job, but it's not the most effective way to be doing it. right? So you find yourself, you'll be able, if you force yourself to get into education, if it's not
Yeah, it's all about your partners. About it. Yeah, about it. What to go for something that should have to be pushed to do. You, you motivate yourself to that's how I say. So if you find yourself telling yourself that I want to be in the medical, and then see you finding your time watching videos, TikTok or coming from media, you must just change your career because your passion should still. Ask my wife or my daughter who is there. If I'm not watching tutorials on how to develop software, I am on my servant because I that's what drives me. So if you're not driven by that which you want to become, if it's education like what you say, I can attest I saw him climbing that ladder and we knew for a fact that he was gonna make it. He did it. So why is something that you do without being pushed? If you are told you're going to make it and you're wondering why you make it, that's a wrong game. I think I was talking with you, shared with you the same thing. I'm like, it's better for you excitement and passion in it. Because it's a waste of time. You have a degree that you don't. I've got an account degree, but I feel like I want to give someone, but unfortunately, I can't. There's someone who is studying it currently, but to me, it's useless. But I feel that somebody got other questions.